What's up, Facebook? This is Glenn Moore here, and I got a question for you guys. What if you was able to work for yourself and make, let's just say, I'm gonna say $1,000 to $2,000 every week, and you're the boss, and you do everything. You do all the work. You make sure everything's happening. You running the company, and I mean literally I say about 8 hours a day, every single day. No days off. Just literally, just you working for yourself, being the boss, doing all the work for 8 hours a day, every single day. I mean, you might take 2 days off out of the week, if you want to, but I'm talking about no days off. Just you, just muscling it, working on yourself. Can you actually do that? And a lot of people say, yeah, I could do that. That's easy. I work for myself all the time. But most of the time, when you're starting out and you don't have like a side hustle or anything like that, most of the time you're working at a job and you're going to work all the time. How do you have, you know, how can you work another job? How can you work a second job if you're working, as hard as you are with your first job? You know, is it possible that you can literally create your second job? Um, a lot of times, like I said, people they don't think about it like this, but if someone didn't tell you, I'm here to tell you this. When you become an entrepreneur, it's not really like a job, it's a lifestyle. You literally will spend 8 hours a day thinking, brainstorming, um, just mapping out things, doing research, analyzing some stuff. You're gonna be always working on you, yes, but actually putting in the work for your actual company, for your actual business, for your actual framework that you're using to actually make money. And like I said, you work way more hours as an entrepreneur than you do as an employee. People tell you that, oh, you work hours and I could only work 4 hours a day, or I could work only 30 minutes a day and I could prosper money. Now, don't get me wrong, there is people out here who literally work probably, an hour, 20 minutes a day and make as much as a 2 week paycheck plus some. um, but when you're first starting out, when you're first just doing what you have to do, you want to have to put in some work. And people think that you make one video, that's enough. You put a few posts on Facebook, that's enough. Um, you you made a banner, you made one little website, you create one ebook, and everything should just come together. And it's like, no, you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. When you think about like actors that we see all the time, I think of like Kevin Hart and like LeBron James. They're in commercials, but they're in different commercials. So we're seeing them in different things. Then with Kevin Hart, you see him in a movie. Then you'll see him in a commercial. Then you'll see him in another ad. Then you'll come back, he'll be in a show. He'll make a cartoon. He's working every single day. People think that just because you're rich, that you're just vacating and chilling all the time. No, no. The reason why they stay irrelevant, the reason why people stay rich is because they're working their ass off. Can you take the time to invest in yourself? Put in the work as much as you would as an employment job. Would you do that for yourself? It sounds easier than said done, but people believe that when you become an entrepreneur, you don't have to work as hard. I mean, I guess it ain't harder. It's more you're working smarter, but you're still putting in a lot of time and you're still putting a lot of energy. There's times when I'm working on my project and it tires me out. I be having to take a whole day from the whole project and come back to it, the day after. And it's just the way it is. But I'm not going to never stop. You got to get, like I said, you got to keep going. You got to stay consistent. You got to stay going. And a lot of times people, I wouldn't say they're procrastinating, but they'll put in work, but just not enough work. And when they put that little bit of work in and it don't work out for them, they get mad. They get frustrated. They quit. They do lesser work. And it's like, you got to push through that. When things ain't working for you, you got to continue to go on and keep on making it happen. Do you think these businesses that we work for started off, perfect? No, they went through trial and error. They did their little sales to see which worked, what didn't work, and they perfected their craft. I mean, look at Wendy's. Wendy's, every single day I gotta come in and do my step-by-step game plan, and then I get paid every 2 weeks. What if I was doing that same, not the same type of work, but just the same amount of energy and the same amount of effort that I put into Wendy's? They have perfect their craft. So that means they know what works and don't work. This is what you're going to do. This is what happens, and this is how we serve our customers. What if you did that for yourself? Okay? What if the step-by-step game plan and the same amount of energy that I put into Wendy's, I put into myself? You wouldn't believe that the more work you put in, the more money you will make. It's not, but I know a lot of people that watches videos and stuff like that, trying to learn what's going on. They hear the entrepreneurs say, quit your 9 to 5, and you don't got to work every single day or all day. You could just work 20 minutes a day, or you could work an hour a day and literally prosper. I'm not saying that it's a lie. You can get to that point where you can just work a few, hours out of the day or just out of the week and literally make as much as a paycheck. But at first, like I said, you have to go hard. You have to go hard. And you got to put that time in. You got to put that energy in. You got to put that work in. And if you don't, I don't think you're going to prosper anything that you really want, because you have to put it in. People, talk about things wasn't working for years, 7 years, 10 years, and they still at it, still going forward, still, going forward. Like, okay, there's a basketball player. Let's just say a kid, he's a basketball player and he sucks. Okay, he goes to the court, he plays, people talk shit on him. Hey, you're butt for real. Like, you're not really good. But then he goes home, he buys him a hoop. And he sits there overnight shooting. He practices dribbling. He goes to YouTube. He studies, what moves work, how to do certain things. He goes back and he practices. Then he goes to the YMCA. Then he goes to the YMCA. He starts playing pickup games. People are still saying he's but he's still going. He's still going. And he does this for about 10 years. People won't say he sucked for 10 whole years, but he continued to go on. Then a few years after that, let's say like 12 years, 13 years, he becomes really good. Like randomly out of nowhere. Oh, he's a monster. It's not that he just became a success overnight. He's been putting that time in. And even though it wasn't working for him, he loved what he was doing. So he continued to go on and continue to play. And now that he put in all that work, that time and that energy, he's dunking on people now. He's crossing people over now. People's like, I don't know what the hell happened. He's a monster. He should be playing for the NBA. But he's been trying to play for the NBA for years. So the main thing I want you to get out of this video, I guess, is really just, you got to stay consistent. And once you start, you got to keep going on. You have to put in the time and the energy. You got to put it in. If you don't, you're not going to get to your end goal. It is what it is. I just wanted to give you all a little rant real quick and really tell you guys, like, if you want to really start your own business or have your own company, you got to work 8 hours a day for yourself. the same way as you would work as an employee. If you are just an employee, you have to create a actual job so that you can work and you can have two incomes. I believe it's really that simple, hoping that you guys can really do that. Okay, so I hope to see y'all soon. I gotta go and get ready so I can go to work. And when I come home, I'm basically going to be doing my own work. I work two jobs. I work my own job and I work at Wendy's. So gotta put in the work, you guys. Hope to see y'all soon.